Alrighty, everyone, welcome back to another episode. I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you all enjoyed last video as well. I know it took a couple weeks to upload, and I'm sure this one's gonna take another week to upload since that one, and it's been a little crazy around here. But right in the last episode, we were able to get the tanks done here. Look at this. Oh my lord. Beautiful. Oh my lord, look at that. I'm so happy with the outcome. There is tiny little, imperfections here and there, but for my first time painting a fuel tank, come on, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm very happy. Not only that, but we were able to get the forks done, and we took the tape off the Honda sticker, so absolutely beautiful here. Again, tiny little imperfection there and here, but overall, very happy. We went over the chrome with a bit of aluminum paint like you saw in previous videos, right, when we actually did the painting, and a bit of clear coat just to stop where it's rusting, and most of it'll come off, but where it's rusting it'll stop the rust, right? So that's gonna last long, hopefully. The goal is to make it last as long as possible, right? And now in this video we got to make progress. What am I even pointing the camera at? Sorry. In this video, we got to make some progress here with the rear differential. The second one is still in the bin there, but we do have this one here, beautifully painted, I gotta say. And we have the brake arm here, painted black. Look at the contrast. Oh my god, it's gonna look so good. It's gonna look so freaking good when it's done. I'm very excited. Hopefully you're all excited for this. We're getting so close to being able to put these Hondas back together. We've got the lights washed. We've got the chrome slightly shined up. I'm gonna go over all the chrome little pieces again. Right, I got them all shined up here, but the underside isn't perfect. So that's not going to be like that. I got to try. If I can't get these bolts undone, well, then that's it. But I'm going to try and get these bolts undone and clean up the area. And then I'd like to, these little extras, right? They're not as shiny, so I'd like to take them off. They're never going to be as shiny, but just clean them up a bit. Like I did with the actual top surface there. The air boxes were all washed and no more dirt. Right, we did that in the last video. And so yeah, now we gotta put the brake pads in this differential and then put the arm on. Once we're done that, we can then start working on the second differential, right? We got to take this apart, we got to clean it, and then we have to well, we're not even actually using all of it, right? All we're actually using from this differential here is, oh, hopefully I can do this without everything falling. We're using the casing here where the hitch mount is. This hitch mount here is what we need because we have the other differential that we already greased a second differential over here. All greased, ready to go, but the casing doesn't have the hitch mount. Now, at first, I wasn't really worried about that, but because I found this one and I got it with other parts, it just makes sense to do my best and try and get it apart and switch out the casing and be able to get a proper, fully done rear end, right? The problem is we still can't get it apart. Every time we try and take one hub nut off, the entire machine just lifts up off the ground, right? These nuts are way too tight. So it's been a week now of every day switching it and having one end soaking in the bucket of oil there. Hopefully this weekend we'll be able to take this apart, clean it, do it all up. Hopefully, right, we'll do that in this video if we can. We've also, at this point, all the harnesses here that we have, they're dirty, right? And so what we're gonna do is we have some new harness wrap and we're gonna re-wrap. We're gonna leave it wrapped and then just wrap over it, right? And give it a new fresh coating of wrap and make it look all nice. I'm not sure about the connectors and how to clean them yet, but I'll do some research online on how to rinse a connector properly and make sure they're all clean and ready. Now, this harness is not actually one we're going to be using. This is just the extra. It's a bit messed up here, but that's all right. It's a very small mess up. I can fix it for my own future project. I was actually thinking, because this frame and this harness, and we have like 3/4 of an engine. We have an extra differential, just the bearings aren't very good. We literally have like 50 to 60% of another machine. So in the future, after another couple projects, we might be able to make one for ourselves, which that's the ultimate goal here, to be able to own a Honda at some point. That'd be so cool. But let's get into this. We've got to take out a few bolts here and get this done. We'll be right back, everyone. Well, everyone, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope you all enjoyed. We've got the panels here all set up, looking absolutely amazing. Now, I understand the underside is a bit dirty, but I'm not really worried about the dirt on the bottom of the fender. I'm more worried about the top side, but even then, we got the top side here. All the bolts matching, looking absolutely amazing. I did add one washer to the backside for the bolt that doesn't have a metal plate, and I did that on both. That way we don't have any issues with that. Now, I'm not really sure what to do with all these little marks. I really don't want to sand this down. It's really nice condition. It's just there's a few marks, and I don't know, it's got this really cool like diamond pattern all over it. I love this thing so much. I really don't want to sand it down and get rid of all that. I don't think it's that important to sand it down and polish it all. It's just, maybe I will, you know what I mean? Maybe we get it together and we decide to take it off and redo it. We know how to do it because we did it to the Yamaha, but it's just not a priority right now. I'm trying to just focus on getting the machine done, right? And to me, they're nice. I don't like the little imperfections in the panels. I'm personally, if it was mine to keep and use, I wouldn't worry about it, right? The only reason we did it to the Yamaha is because they were turned white from the sun fading. These ones don't have that, so I'm just not worried about it, right? But yeah, it doesn't really matter. This is the end of this video. We'll catch you in the next one. In the next episode, where I don't even know what we're going to be doing. We still got to go over the top of the trees. We got to take them apart and do these undersides, and we gotta, I don't know, we still gotta figure out this secondary differential here, get it apart so we can use the casing for this one over here that we've already this one's already greased and cleaned, ready to go. It's just a matter of switching out the casing, and it's got good bearings. So hopefully you all enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like and a comment, and subscribe with your comment with your favorite part, and subscribe for more content. Oh, it's been a little while since I've said that. I used to say that every single day. Oh my god, I miss it so much. I love making videos, but yeah, said it in the last video, said it a few times now. It's been a bit hard, but that doesn't matter. I hope you all have an amazing day, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace out, everyone. Alrighty, everyone. So we've been able to get the 2 sets of forks done, and now we're moving on to the panels here. So for the rear panels, we got our rear brace, or the braces of the mud flaps, right? We got the braces, we got them painted, clear coated, ready to go. And then we've also got all our bolts with a washer for the top side, ready to go. We're gonna put them on, and we'll see how it looks. Hopefully you're all enjoying so far. I understand this video has less time lapses and stuff, but my charger broke, and so I only have one, and it's being used right now, and so I can't really charge my phone and make a time lapse. Hopefully you understand. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and we'll be right back. All right, everyone. So it's been a little while at this point. It's been probably, I don't even know, an hour or two. I'm not sure, but we were able to make some progress with the shock. We got the bench grinder out, and like I said, it took us a few minutes, but we were able to get it down. So now it threads on just like it's supposed to. And so we'll be able to put the bolt on here, and there you go. Ta-da! And yeah, we turned it on, and we quickly just angled it and just took out the top thread and brought it down to the good thread. Simple as that. We're good to go. And we'll put this back together, and we'll have the secondary set done. Hopefully you've all enjoyed this video, and I'll be right back, everyone. All right, everyone, we've been able to do it. It's taken me probably 40 minutes now just to try and do this. I'll admit, for a first time, not as smooth as I would have liked, but I'm definitely sure I'll do it better the next time. I dropped it on myself on my toe, and like the fork boot hit my toe and crushed it, and it fell off of the bike. And but look at this, it's brand new, dude. Oh my god. Yes, the axle has a bit of rust there. I'm not too worried about that. Look at this. Oh my god. Looking great. Everything's looking good. Whoa, almost tripped on a cord. Looking good. Very happy with it. Hopefully going forward, the second set won't take as long. Now, I will be half setting it up, right? All I got to do is rethread the one shock. So I'll do the rest of it right now. And then once that's done, I'll focus on the one shock and then put that in as well, right? But at least it'll be half ready. One of the zip ties that came with these fork boots, one of these zip ties, it just snapped or something like that. I think it pulled out and then snapped. I tightened it too much, I think. But very happy with the outcome. It's just, man. There you go. I had pulled the boot down too far. Now it's actually sitting in the actual, there's a little metal slot there where it sits. I'll show you on the extra set here. This little loop is where this sets into here with the zip tie in it to keep it in place. I had it pulled down a bit too far there. There you go. But yeah, we'll get the other one done. Hopefully you're all enjoying so far. Hopefully you've enjoyed the progress. It wasn't too bad, honestly. Putting the shocks in and getting them to the circle, to the hole where the bolt goes through here, was definitely a bit of a pain in the butt. I'll admit that. I kept having to take it out and spin it a bit and then put it back in to try and get the bolt to align with the hole. But after a few tries, I was able to figure out for the second one how to do it how to get it slightly better. And just took my time with it, and it made it slightly faster because I didn't have to redo it 5 times. So we got that done. Very happy. And earlier we also got, like I said, we got the front drum brake and hub ready. So, and we've already painted the rims. Shit. The whole front end is ready. I didn't even realize that. The whole front end is ready. I have all the parts. And the rear end is ready. And the frame is ready. And the engine is ready. And everything is ready. Right? We even have the seat with the new seat cover that we did way early. And we got the panels. We have the new bolts all around the panel. Look at that new hardware, matching the light, matching the... any hardware I got is all matching, right? So I'm super happy. Hopefully you're all enjoying this progress. Hopefully these end up selling and we can make some money and then do it again. I've seen some being listed for $5,600 USD. Saw one sell at auction for $7,100 USD. And being here in Canada, shit, dude, if I could get $5,000 US for one of these machines, I'd be fucking rich. And we're definitely doing it again if that happens. I'm not expecting both of them to get $5,000 US, right? I don't expect either of them, quite honestly, but that's what I'll hope for. That's what I'll list them at. Hopefully we get some kind of good money out of these. 4 or 5 months now of constantly working on them. Every penny I've had, all the research, all of it, everything is coming down to this, right? Everything has been put into just making it look good, you know? This is our extra set of forks here. Look at that red paint. Look at this. Look at that. Boom. It looks so much better. Oh man. Well, there you go. So we'll be right back, everyone. We'll see you in a second. Alrighty, everyone. Hopefully you all have been enjoying this video so far. We've been able to make quite a bit of progress to get this three-wheeler back together, getting everything ready, right? And we've got the lights. We got some new bolts for the lights. Sorry. I got all the bolts needed for the headlights. The two that hold it into the casing, which are very small lights, by the way. Very small bolts. We got 4 of these little things here. Brand new hardware for it. And then we also got the outer bolts that hold it to the actual rack, the front light cage. And so lights are ready to go. And now I was thinking today we could start working on the forks and the hubs, right? We got the front hub set up yesterday. We got the rear drum brake and hub, and we got the rear differential set up. So yeah, today we're going to get these forks done. We're not going to get both sets, unfortunately, because the bottom of this one is stripped just a tiny bit, one of the threads. I might be able to back the nut off and unstrip the thread a little bit. Not sure. I'll check it out. But what I've done so far is I've gone through and I've quickly put some grease on it and then packed it into the spring and then put more and more and more. Part of the issue with these old forks is the inner damper isn't replaceable and they rust away over time, right? And so my goal is to try and make this last as long as possible. And so I've bought a whole new thing of grease, $15, and we're going to use half of it per set of forks basically to finish this thing up. Or around half, right? I'm not forcing half of it, but it looks like it's going to be about half a container or a third of a container per set of forks. We'll see how it goes. At this point, we've got it all greased up, and so we got to put the actual forks, the suspension, into the forks. And then we got to bolt it into place here. I've gone through all our bolts here and was able to find all sorts of stuff that we need for the forks and sort out all our extra random washers and stuff and the bigger bolts. And this is a mix of a lot of this stuff is for fenders, and all these little plastic things are for the fenders and for other pieces to hold it so the bolt has something to go through and it doesn't just go against the metal, the plastic of the panel. Gives it a bit of extra rigidity, right? Some strength. Also found the washers for the fork bolts here. Now these for the top of the fork here are they're a bit dirty, so I'm thinking we might give them a quick coat of paint later before putting them together. The tops here are clean chrome, just covered in grease, right? And got everything we need, all the ball bearings, everything for the steering stem, everything is here. So I'll quickly get these the shocks put into the forks and see what I can do, and I'll pick it back up in a couple of seconds, everyone. Hopefully you all enjoy.